Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. We're in the church. Murder Church.
Hey, motherfucker.
Rocking and rolling. Appreciate all the fine folks coming. Share it out. Hit the like. Let's go into some more of this Pamela Smart trial. Thank you very much.
Let's rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. What's going on, everybody? Morning. We made it to Sunday. Hope everyone's having a great weekend, having a great Sunday morning. One thing I forgot to do was bring the chat over here. Hold on. Hope everyone's doing good. Yeah, we're going to continue down this path of the Pamela Smart trial. We've got a little ways to go since we have just started it. Brand new trial. We had day one last Sunday. Interesting one so far. Another absolutely depraved one. Looks like this lady was messing around with multiple teenagers and then convinced one of them to kill her husband by saying that she would stop having sex with him. Really crazy shit. And then we see this basically in the news almost on a regular basis now, I feel like. So, thanks everyone for coming in here. I'm still working here, actually. Sorry for all that. Get all the chats rocking and rolling. Let me see who's in the chat this morning. Appreciate you fine folks for coming through. Let's see here. Yeah, I did get one emoji in for Pam in there. It's just some hands in a bar and it says Pam. It's like, yeah, you're in prison. I know she's trying to get out of jail now, I think. Who we got? Pokemon coming through here. We got Shelly in the house. Sharon in the house. That's right. Her lady bits. She was using them lady bits for evil. Is what she was doing. Simi, what's up? What's up? There's one of those new emojis. Rocking and rolling. Love to see it. Bassett Page in the house. Carrie in the house. Simi Sharp in the house. Let's see if we get the bells going here. Hell yeah, we do. Hell yeah. I trimmed up the old beard yesterday. Got it looking a little bit more snazzy. One thing I'm gonna do once I get this rock and roll, I'm gonna have to go make some. I'm gonna have to go make some coffee, and then I'm gonna have to get my earbuds. I left those upstairs, so I'll do that as well. Who else we got in here this morning? Who else am I seeing in here? Teresa's coming through. Sarah in the house. Ruth Ann in the house. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Tina in the house. Damn, we got a full house this morning. Everybody came through to see this trial. Nice. I appreciate it. New trials do usually bring through some new eyes. Dave, morning. And it's right here, Ruth, for 8 months. Wow.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
Love to see that.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Love to see that. And I believe that Debbie Schultz became a new member, actually. And I don't see that in my chat here, but it was in the chat. And I believe it's gotten taken over by other chats. So, yeah, let me get Debbie Schultz for becoming a new member here. I think she's been a member probably in the past as well. And has remembered back up to bless us with such a kindness. And I'm going to put her right here and see exactly where we are on this wheel. And I will inform you guys. But thank you so much, Debbie, for becoming a member. And anybody that becomes a member, you know what you did. You get into that book club. We're fastly approaching the end of the one we're reading right now, Mindhunter. We've been on this book for many months now. We read one chapter a week. We listen to it through Audible. It's a members-only broadcast. The only way to see it is to become a member. Right now we have 4 names on the current wheel, so we're 8 away from a spin. Of course, a way to get on that beautiful wheel is to help me out here, help Publicly Buzzed out. You can donate through YouTube, become a member. I always try to promote that as being the best way because you get so much extra content and weekly content that no one else gets if you are a member. But also, incredibly generous ways to do it that people do is Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. All of those are wide open as well. And I'll pop those up there just for a moment. But all of that is extremely generous as well. And if you do go that route, it goes around the YouTube fees. And at least we can beat the man in that way. But also if you want to use YouTube, I completely understand that because I can pop your message up on screen. But without further ado, let's get in here. I appreciate everyone for being here. I am going to go get some coffee. And now we're going to do this. So we're starting off with Officer Joe Siscalia. No, I'm probably butchering that. We're about to find out if I'm butchering that. Trooper Mark Mydrick, and then Corporal Guy Kimball. So let me go ahead and get the first name in here so I can have that up on screen. Didn't I have that up on screen last time? How did I do that? Remember how I did everything. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. There it is. We're gonna figure it out. Oh man, one thing. So last week, who was wanting the subs or the subtitles? Last week we had that option, and this week I don't have that option, and I have no clue what happened. I'm going to go back one because we had that option last week. I know dude, there's an option right here. You can see it. Then I'll go to the next one. It's gone. I'm going to go to the next one just to see. It's gone. So hopefully we'll be good because I don't like that either. Those actually did help just in cases like this. So I'm going to pop this back down here just for now, just because that's where I like it. Since we can't use subs anyways, it is what it is. Botrix could wake the hell up. That would be great. That would be amazing. How about you just wake up? Oh, there it is. Oh my God. He woke up as soon as I went in and opened him. Oh my God, he's going to be so pissed. There he is. Yeah, I'm talking to Botrix like it's a person. Here we go. Get this down here. I'm going to change that. Get a little shadow. Hold on. I'll move my shadow too. My shadow. Why is my shadow behind everything? Hold on. Yeah, what the fuck? There it is. There it is. We're working, baby. We're getting it going. We're doing the damn thing. Okay, and then let me get the sound in here. Boom. Let's start off, and I will change that Paul Dicer to this guy.
Clear voice, would you please state your morning? A nice clear voice, would you please state your name so that everyone in the jury can hear? And would you please spell your last name for the stenographer?
My name is Gerald Scaccia. That's S-C-A-C-C.
Scaccia. I did butcher that.
Yeah.
Mr. Scaccia, are you employed?
Scaccia.
Yes, I am.
Never heard that.
By whom are you employed?
The town of Derry.
And what is your job with the town
I'm
of
a
Derry?
patrolman for the police department.
How long have you been a police officer with the Derry Police Department?
Approximately 4 years and 7 months.
And calling your attention to May 1st, 1990, were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
And what shift were you working?
I was working the 3 to 11 shift. That's 3 in the afternoon to 11 at night.
Did you have occasion, let me rephrase that.
There we go.
Calling your attention to around 10 o'clock that evening, did you have occasion to take any official police action?
Yes, I did.
What action was that?
I was called to go to Misty Morning Drive, Section 4.
About what time did you receive that call?
It was 22:15, 10:15 at night.
And who was with you at that time?
I was by myself, alone in a cruiser.
Now, how far from 4E Misty Morning Drive were you when you received this call?
I believe I was only about 30 to 45 seconds away. I wasn't too far away.
Can you tell us what happened when you got there?
When I arrived at the section of fours at the condo unit, I was met by a small crowd right in front of the section of 4.
When you say section of 4, what do you mean?
They're condo units, but they're grouped together in like 4 or 5 condo units in one section, and they're grouped. Say 1A would be one section, 2B would be another section, and so forth.
Now, when you say you were met by a small group of people, how many people were you met by?
Approximately 15 to 20.
And where were they all standing in relationship to this group of 4 condominium
Let me
units?
get some
They were
coffee.
standing, as I pulled in the parking lot, they were off to my right, if I was facing the unit, in the walkway area in front of the units.
Now, did anyone in particular approach you?
Yes, a female approached me.
And did she identify herself?
She identified herself as Mary Jane Woodside, a neighbor.
And what happened then?
She told me that there was a man lying in Unit 4E.
What did you then do?
I, in a hurried fashion, went up to Unit 4E.
And when you went into Unit 4E, was there anyone with you?
Mary Jane Woodside was just behind me.
And when you got to Unit 4E, what happened next?
As I approached the front doorway, the door was open. I looked in and I saw a man lying on the floor.
Now, when you say you approached the doorway and the door was open, how many doors were there?
All right, I'll be right back, guys. I got to get this coffee going.
And
I'll
both
got my
doors
phone
open?
and we listen to this.
The front
We'll go
door
upstairs
was
and get-
wide open, the inner door
We'll listen to it on
and
YouTube.
the screen door was
I got
closed.
my earbuds too.
When you got to apartment 4E, were there any lights on or off?
There was one light on.
And do you recall which light that was?
The foyer light, just as you walk in, the light above that
Here we
small
go.
hallway.
Well, that's an ad, but I'll be right back.
Now, I'd like to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit Number 1. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
All right.
Can you tell us what that is?
That is the section of 4E's Misty Morning Drive, 4.
And which one of the 4 sections of Misty Morning Drive did you respond to?
The one first to the right,
Is it-
4E.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of the layout of the condominium units as you saw it that night?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, I'd like to move this as State's Exhibit Number 1.
Has it been marked?
Yes, all of the pictures at this point have been moved into evidence.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was just marked right there. With the court's permission, Your Honor, I'll just walk it by the jury.
All right.
Now, officer, as you got to the front door, were you able to see the body from the front door?
Yes, I was.
As you looked into the apartment, was there anybody else inside the apartment at that time?
No, there was not.
I'd like to show you what's been introduced as State's Exhibit Number 3 and ask if you recognize it.
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize that to be?
That is a view looking from the front door into the Unit 4E.
Fair and accurate representation as you saw it that night?
Yes, all except for one small item.
Okay, when you say one small item, let me clarify that. Is there something in this picture that wasn't in this picture when you first got there?
Yes, there's 2 pens placed on the floor floor that we, Patrolman Twist placed there later to, there were some smudge marks there. We didn't want to.
So you want to preserve them by putting the pens down to
Correct.
warn, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, I'd like to walk this by the juries as well. Want to get an opportunity? Is there glare when we do this? Please let me know. Yes. Need to see it? Now, officer, this map that is in the bottom of the photograph, that's the position you found it in when you first walked in? I'm sorry, I'm not being fair to you. Is that basically how you recollect it being?
I'd have to say basically I recall it being in that area.
And the billfold at the bottom of the stairs?
Yes, that's exactly where I found it.
Now, can you tell us what happened when you proceeded? Well, let me rephrase that. What did you do next?
After going through the front door, I went up and I felt for a pulse, to see if I could obtain a pulse on the man lying on the floor.
And who was with you at this time?
As I said earlier, Mary Jane Woodside was right behind me, just a step behind me.
Why was Mary Jane Woodside with you?
She just came in right behind me.
Can you tell us, after you felt his pulse, what happened next?
I didn't feel a pulse, and Mary Jane Woodside stated she knew CPR and she would assist me. Then got behind the man lying on the floor, and I started to roll the person backwards as if I was going to put him on his back. At that time, I noticed a severe head wound to the top of the man's head, and I put the person back, I would say as close to the position as I could, as where I found him, and I told Mary Jane Woodside to leave the building.
Now, when you felt that individual's pulse, what part of his body did you feel?
The right wrist.
Now, where were you standing in relationship to the body when you took this pulse?
I would have been still in the foyer area in front of the body.
At the time that you were standing at the door looking at this body, were you able to notice any wound of any kind?
No, I wasn't.
When you walked up to this body and you knelt down and reached out to the right wrist to feel its pulse, were you able to notice at that time any wound?
My attention was drawn to his nose. There was blood coming from the nose, and there was some on the floor just beneath it.
Could you see that nosebleed from the door?
I don't recall seeing it from the door, no.
And after you felt no pulse, you then rolled the body over.
Yes, I got behind the body. I repositioned myself, and I was now in what would be considered the dining room. And I knelt down behind the body, and as I said, I only moved the body 3 inches at the most.
And was there anyone else with you at this time?
Just Mary Jane Woodside.
I'd like to show you what's been introduced into evidence. States Exhibit number 5. Ask if you recognize it.
Excuse me.
Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize it to be?
The man I found lying on the floor the night in question.
Okay, I'm going to make sure everyone hears you. Ask you to speak into the mic, even though I'm sitting next to you, officer. And is that the position you found him in when you got there?
Yes.
Now, I noticed that there is a paper towel and what appears to be a blue towel in this photograph. Are those positions, those items were in when you responded?
Exactly, yes.
And was this the position you started from when you first started to turn him over?
Yes, I knelt behind him at this point.
Now, it appears that under his head there is a red stain of some sort. Were you able to see that red stain as you approached the body?
No, I was not. I was more keyed into the small stain beneath his nose.
And when was the first time you noticed that stain?
As soon as I start to roll the subject back.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I'd like to publish this to the jury as well.
All right.
Just show it to the court. I have a picture in such a way that the glare is bad. After you noticed this head wound, officer, what happened next?
I advised Mary Jane Woodside to leave the condo unit.
And after you advised her to leave the condominium unit, what happened next?
She left, and just as she was leaving, Patrolman Twist, my backup, showed up along with 2 EMTs,
When you say EMTs,
emergency medical technicians.
what happened when the 2 emergency medical technicians showed up?
They came up and they also felt for a pulse, and they advised me that the person was deceased.
And when they felt for a pulse, did they disturb the body to any extent?
No, they didn't.
And how long did it take for the EMTs to come in and feel for a pulse?
Seconds. It wasn't very long.
And after the EMTs felt for a pulse, what happened next?
They also left, and I secured the front door.
When you say you secured the front door, what do you mean?
By that time, Sergeant Tokai had also showed up, and
I'm sorry, Sergeant.
Sergeant Tokai, T-O-K-I, had showed up, and he stood by the front door, and I shut the front door and just shut the door. He guarded it by being on the outside.
And who's left inside?
Myself and Patrolman Twist.
Now, besides you, Patrolman Twist, and Sergeant Toko, were there any other law enforcement personnel there that you knew of?
I believe there was. I believe, I'm not sure who it was, but I believe there was another patrolman in the rear of the condo on the outside.
What did you and Officer Twist then do?
We conducted a search of the condo unit.
When you say you conducted a search, what were you looking for?
A possible perpetrator or anybody that would be in the condo at the time.
So was this a search for evidence or a search for safety purposes?
Safety at that time.
Now, you were in uniform, is that correct?
Yes.
Was Officer Twist in uniform?
Yes.
Now, when you conducted this search, were your guns drawn or undrawn?
Drawn.
So both your guns were out?
Yes.
And where did you start your search?
We did a search of the first floor first.
When you say the first floor, is that the floor you walked into?
Yes, that's correct.
And can you tell us what you noticed about the first floor as you walked around at that time?
We could observe that it apparently had been ransacked. There were items strewn about, items on the floor. It was in disarray.
And how long did it take you to search the first floor?
It's a small area. It probably took no more than a minute or 2.
After you searched the first floor, what did you then do?
We went to the second floor.
To the second floor?
Yes.
And can you tell us what you noticed about the second floor?
Again, we found like the master bedroom to be in disarray. Items were taken out of drawers. Items were found on the floor. We searched the second floor at that time.
Now, when you searched the second floor, and the first floor for that matter, did you disturb any of the things that you saw?
No, we did not.
Did you have to open any doors or anything along those lines?
Yes, we did. We opened up a few doors to gain entry to rooms and also closets.
Now, when you searched the first floor, did you happen to notice whether or not there were any entrances or exits on the first floor?
Yes, I did.
And which ones did you notice?
Excluding the entranceway that I came into, there was an exit going out the living room that would go out into the back area, back porch.
And was that open or closed?
It was open approximately 4 to 5 inches.
Now, after searching the first floor and the second floor, where did you then go?
Patrolman Twist took a quick look in the attic, poked his head up through, and we went downstairs into the cellar.
Can you tell us what happened when you opened the door on the way into the cellar?
Yes, as I opened up the cellar door, the door opened away from my body. And as I stepped on what would be the platform of the cellar stairs, there was a small dog hidden behind the door as I opened it.
And how small? Can you give us an idea with your hands?
Type of, like a Pekingese type of dog. I'm not sure what type it was, but it was a smaller dog.
The record reflected when it's held his hand about 15 inches apart or so. And what was that dog doing when you found it behind the door?
It wasn't doing actually anything. It was very quiet. I didn't even notice it was there at first.
After you opened up the cellar door, what did you then do?
We searched the cellar.
And when you searched the cellar, did you open any doors?
Yes, I opened up a door that led to the bulkhead area.
And when searching that door that led to the bulkhead area, was it open, closed, locked, unlocked?
Got
It
my
was
coffee.
closed, and I don't believe there was a locker on the door. I can't say for sure, but I know it was unlocked.
And when you checked, I'm sorry, after going through that door, did you check the bulkhead door?
I just checked to see what condition it was in. It was closed at the time. I did not know if it was locked or unlocked.
So you didn't try to open the door?
No, I didn't.
All right, now, after checking the cellar, what did you then do?
I went back upstairs and stood by the body
When you say you stood by the body, what for?
to make sure that it wouldn't be disturbed.
And what was your function at this point?
Just to guard over that body and make sure that the scene would be preserved.
Now, during this time, did you make any notifications to the Darien Police Department?
Yes, I was recording. Do you mean did I call anybody or?
Yeah, I guess that's a fancy way of saying, did you call back and say you got a problem here?
Yes, that was done right in the beginning when I came in.
Now, did there come a time when other people arrived?
Yes.
And how long after you got there and made this call was it before people started arriving?
I believe the detectives.
No, I never did watch that, Dave. I never did check that out.
And such, they came in approximately about 40 minutes after I was there.
And after the detectives came in, what did they do?
They just walked through the scene, walked through the area,
Welcome in.
observing.
Get in here.
And what was your role or function at this point?
Happy Sunday
To record the
morning.
people that are coming in and out of the complex, and to again make sure nobody touched anything.
Now, as these detectives came in, did you observe them? Were they touching the items thrown about the room, or were they coming in and just seeing the layout?
Not that I saw.
And were you inside the entire time?
I was inside till 2:25 in the morning.
So from the time you started watching the body till 2:25 in the morning, you were inside, is that correct?
That's correct.
And during that time, you were doing what?
Just watching over the body and recording who's coming in and out.
Now, as you were doing that, did anyone else besides law enforcement personnel come into the condominium unit?
Not until 2:25.
Did any medical personnel come in?
Yes, Gino Nigro,
So what happened at 2:25, did you say PM or AM?
AM.
So you're talking about maybe 4.5 hours.
Yes.
What happened at 2:25 AM?
I turned the scene over to the State Police Task Force.
When you say the State Police Task Force, what are you referring to?
They have a crime unit, major crime unit that deals with these certain situations, and they responded to the scene.
And was your understanding they were going to process the crime scene?
Yes.
Did
Yes.
anyone from Darien, to your knowledge, before that time, process that scene?
No.
Now, after you turned over the crime scene to the state police, what did you do?
I then just stood on the front steps till 4 o'clock in the morning. Again, just watching over who was coming in and out of the complex.
Now, did you have occasion to see the defendant that night?
I can't testify that as I saw her. I was told that it was her later, but I can't testify that I actually saw her.
And did you see anyone matching her description?
I can't even say that.
Well, what was the person doing that you thought later on was told the defendant?
I heard her screaming. I heard a person screaming.
And where was she?
Female. I believe it was 2 doors down at 4C, in front of unit 4C.
Anything in particular her saying while she was screaming?
No, I was inside too quick.
And how long did that process take for you to get inside?
5 seconds at the most.
Just one moment. No further questions?
Morning, officer.
Morning.
Just to follow up on that a little bit. In fact, the reason you were there at all was because you got a report that there was a woman screaming outside of those apartments.
Exactly.
Okay, and the very first thing you observed when you got there, before you were met by this crowd or the other woman you mentioned, was you saw a woman screaming in front of those apartments.
That's correct.
That was the woman that was later identified, you were told was Pamela Smart.
I was told that it was her.
And she was screaming as you were there at other times, correct?
Pardon me?
Did you hear her screaming later on?
No, I was involved in the...
You were inside. As you go in, there was a towel there. I'm not sure. In this picture, which is states exhibit number 5. There was a towel there, correct?
Yes, it is a blue towel, a bath towel, and like a paper towel also.
Okay. Now, this particular picture was taken after you'd already moved Greg Smart, correct?
That's correct.
Can you describe to the people in the jury how it appeared, the placement of the towel, how it appeared to you when you first got there before you moved him?
Before I moved the body, it appeared that the towel was pushed up against the head, and it was up against the back side of the head.
It appeared that somebody had actually pressed it against the head, didn't it?
It looked that way.
You also, in this picture, there's a gold candlestick by his foot. Do you recall that?
Yes.
You can bear with me for a second. Go ahead, Ms. Smart, for an application, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm not sure this is. That, for the record, is state C for ID. Does this appear to you to be the consistent with the candlestick you saw? Why don't you grab it? I'm not sure what's in it. Okay. I'll get you the picture. That helps you.
It does appear to be the one that was found.
Okay. Could you, I'll take that back. First of all, describe that candlestick, what shape it's in now.
It's loose.
It appears to be broken in the sense in that it's shaking and may not stand up.
It's loose.
Okay, the base is loose.
Yes.
Okay. I'll take it back. Could you hold up the picture and tell the people in the jury where this broken candlestick was found, where you first saw it?
Just for testimony, I found it underneath his foot on the floor, just beneath the tile area.
Let me go back to that towel for a second. Did you ever determine where that towel came from?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever check the upstairs bathroom to see if it was consistent with the towels hanging in the upstairs bathroom?
I checked the bathroom, but I didn't make note of that.
Do you know whether anyone else did?
Excuse me?
Do you know whether anyone else did?
Object.
I was brought up. Was there some paper toweling you found somewhere?
Yes, I found that on the dining room floor by his leg.
Okay. By his leg, near the candlestick?
On the opposite leg.
Okay. Did you ever make any effort to determine where that paper toweling came from?
No, I did not.
When you rolled Mr. Smart over and saw that wound, did you know that was a gun wound?
No, I didn't.
Was it consistent with anything else in your training?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Did you think it was a gun wound, perhaps I should say? Is that what the conclusion you came to?
At the time, at that initial point, I didn't try to determine what kind of a wound it was, just that it appeared that it was a large wound.
You mentioned earlier that there was another officer, I think his name was Twist.
Patrolman Twist, yes.
He was dispatched at the same time you were dispatched, and you got there, what, a minute or two after you?
Correct.
Okay. He came with 2 EMTs.
Yes.
Okay. Was the original dispatch that's sent there, did that tell you that somebody was injured?
The original dispatch was just go to the Unit 4, reference a woman screaming.
Okay. Well, why the EMTs, I guess is my question.
I would object.
Basis?
I think that the defense counsel is trying to get into the nature or the substance of the communication, which would be hearsay.
I'll rephrase it, Your Honor. All right. Is it normal on every time you get a call out for EMTs to go? What's the practice with the Derry police? When do EMTs get sent out?
I would assume, I can only assume that it was, if they were sent before I had radioed in that there was a man lying on the floor, that they might have received a 911 from a neighbor stating the same thing, that there was a person injured.
Okay. Just so we're clear, do you have your report with you by any chance? Just happen to have it, huh? I guess it's page 2 of the report you wrote that night. Can you tell us when the EMTs got there, exactly when you got there, and exactly when they got there?
You want to know the exact times they...
Judge decided to start launching snot rockets for us here mid-testimony.
They came?
Yeah. Well, it's Patrolman Twist and the EMTs. How soon after you get there does he get there?
I can't say exactly. I would say it was approximately about a minute.
Right. You've got 1 minute down in your report, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got the EMTs coming into the house 1 minute after him. Correct?
Let me find this.
I'm sorry, I thought you had it. Let me show you mine.
Did you say page 2?
Wonder who this is. Is this maybe the parents of the victim?
Quite frankly, I can't read you right, maybe 3. Why don't you just let the jury know what you wrote down that night in regards to when people went into the house there.
Yes, I would put Patrolman
Bet they're showing both her and his parents here, but I'm unsure who's who.
Twist at 22:16 and the 2 EMTs at 22:17.
And you were 22:50, so you're there 10:50, Twist at 10:16, EMTs at 10:17.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. No other questions.
Patrolman Scott. Just for clarification purposes, note these notations you make into your log. Do you stop in the middle of the action whenever you see somebody, check your watch and write them down? Or is it something that you reformulate from what happened?
I did that later when I had time to. Right at the beginning, I didn't have time to do that.
Okay. Now, when the defense attorney asked you, did you make any attempts to determine what kind of wound this was, or any attempts to find where the paper towel come from? Is that part of your job in watching the scene?
No.
Is it standard practice for Derry Police Department or other police departments to call in the state police to process a crime scene?
Yes, it is.
Was it your responsibility or function or anything along those lines to secure this candelabra or the candelabra that was in the photographs?
No, not for myself.
No further questions.
Nothing to
Let me step down, thank you, sir.
Would you state your name and spell your last name, please?
My name is Mark Murdek, M-Y-R-D-E-K.
How are you employed?
Employed by the Department of Safety, Division of State Police.
What's your rank?
My rank is trooper.
Trooper? How long have you been employed with the state police?
Approximately 8 years.
And what's your present assignment?
I'm currently assigned to the Major Crime Unit in Congo.
And what was your assignment back in May of 1990?
I was assigned as a troop detective out of Troop B in Milford.
And are your duties different in these two assignments?
They are slightly different. As a troop detective, I covered a wide variety of crimes, up to homicide. Basically, in a Major Crime Unit, we deal with just that. Major crimes, most oftentimes homicide.
Okay. I'm going to draw your attention to May 1st, 1990.
Yes.
And actually, May 2nd, 1990. Did you have any involvement in the processing of a crime scene on that day?
Yes, I did.
What time did you arrive at the crime scene?
Approximately 2 a.m. on May 2nd.
And where was it?
It was on Misty Morning Drive in Derry.
Who was present when you arrived? What was going on?
Present at the time that we arrived as a unit was mostly the Derry Police Department and members from the Attorney General's office were there at the scene on Misty Morning Drive.
How many state police officers were there?
There was myself, Corporal Eastman, Corporal Kimball, Trooper Kelly, and Lieutenant Barthelmess arrived about the same time or a short time after.
And what did you understand the role of the state police was going to be that night?
We were there to process the crime scene.
What do you mean by processing a crime scene?
We were there to make sure that it was secure, then to gather any evidence of any type that would be related to this crime.
Mr. Murdoch, have you had any training in the processing of crime scenes?
Yes, I have.
Just very briefly, tell us what your training is.
I attended the Mass State Police Homicide School 2-week course at the Mass State Police Academy. I attended a course, 40-hour course put on by the FBI at Police Standards and Training in Concord, dealing with processing of crime scenes, diagramming, collecting physical evidence of all types, latent prints. And I've had what I call on-the-job training or in-service training with the department in photographing and diagramming, as well as being involved in processing approximately 10 or so crime scenes itself.
Whose investigation, the homicide investigation, whose was it, the state police or Derry's?
Derry.
And was the function, as I understand it, just for the state police to come in and do the crime scene processing?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Is that typical of them to do with local police departments?
That oftentimes happens, yes.
What was your assignment on the morning of May 2nd?
I was assigned to gather evidence, collect the evidence, document that, and to write an overview, as we call it, of the scene, a general description of what the scene looked like.
And who was your superior on the scene?
Would have been Corporal Eastman.
Now, when you say write an overview, tell me a little bit more what you mean by that.
What I do is basically put on paper in a report form describing the scene as it was that night, as particular as it can be done. That's done to later on refresh our memory and to describe it for the case as to what it was.
And I assume it's done before anything's moved as you find the scene.
Yes, it is.
And when you say gather and document all the evidence, what's the purpose and how do you go about doing that?
Evidence is determined by either finding it by some means, either latent prints or observing it in some way. And what is determined to be pertinent at the time is noted, it's photographed, and then it is documented as evidence by either initialing it, as in this case my initials with a number, and then maintaining its custody for a later date to be presented in court if needed.
You said originally that you wanted to make sure the scene was secure. What do you mean by that and why would you do that?
We want to make sure that the integrity of the scene is maintained at all times, in that we don't want it to be destroyed or altered in any way. We want that to maintain that we know who
welcome in here. Good morning, good morning.
was on the scene at what time, if anything was touched or moved, who did that, so that the basic integrity of the scene is not damaged at all, if possible.
And did you make that determination from this crime scene?
Yes.
And what did you determine?
We determined that upon arrival, the Derry Police Department had secured that scene until we arrived at approximately 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. After you determined it was secure, what was the next thing that you did?
The next thing that I was involved in was being briefed by Corporal Eastman as to what was entailed or what we were going to be handling at that scene, which was, first of all, the assignments were handed out. We were given a brief description of the residence as he saw it and as it was described to him. With that information, the first thing that's done is photographs are taken, and I remained outside the residence until pretty much all of that initial documentation had been done.
What time would you say you first entered the premises?
Approximately maybe 2:30 or 3 o'clock. I'd have to refer to my notes exactly. I'm not sure.
I don't think we need to, as long as you're comfortable with that approximate time.
I am. Corporal Eastman was with Captain Jackson at the time.
Okay. I may approach the witness and go behind and get this diagram, Your Honor. going to show you a diagram that has been marked States Exhibit 48. Can you tell me what it is that we're looking at when we get it right side up?
Yes, this would be an overview of the residence, the lower level of the residence, as it would have been that evening, May 2nd.
Your Honor, the parties have agreed to admit this. I might set it up at this time.
Welcome back. Yeah, we've started a brand new trial. Pamela Smart. This is America's first ever full televised trial. An interesting one, something that we see in the news pretty regularly now. Lady screwing underage kids, I believe multiple. She convinced one to kill her husband. And you can guess where we're at.
Trooper Murdoch, basically just roughly describe what we're looking at for the jury.
Well, stating where it says entryway, that would be the entryway into the condo, which was number 4E, which would have been the last of a set of 5 in that building complex at Misty Morning Drive. You enter into that residence, into a foyer, a hallway. To the left is a stairway with a landing to the top or upper level of the residence. Straight ahead is what I call an open concept living room and dining area, which was wall-to-wall carpeted. And as you move off to the right, the kitchen area, and there was a small bathroom as well off to the entryway to the hall.
Does this fairly represent where all of the entryways and wall partitioning rooms were the night that you saw it?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Okay. And when you look at the doors as they open, as they appear to be opened, does that represent the direction accurately that they open and close?
Yes.
As best as you recall.
Yes, it does.
Just quickly describe for me, when you entered into that area marked entryway, what you saw there.
Again, this was the entryway is described as a hallway or foyer, if you will. It's covered by a light-colored tile flooring. Straight ahead, as you went into the residence, where the wall breaks, where it says closet, and about halfway down the wall of the staircasing, somewhere in that area, it broke from the tile to a wall-to-wall carpeting section of the living area or dining area.
Okay. Why don't I just point? Is that the general area that you're talking to?
Yes, somewhere in that area there. Directly ahead, as you looked into the residence, standing in the entryway, as you came in, was a floor mat as you entered into the residence. To the immediate left of that, near the landing of the stairway that went upstairs, was a brown portfolio, business portfolio. There were 2 pens that marked what appeared to be footprints that were left on that tile flooring. They were left there so that no one would disturb those footprints, so that we knew they were there. They were difficult to see real quickly without looking at them. Moving again into the room, partially just onto that carpet was what was the body of a male dressed in a gray-type business suit, laying face down.
I'm going to show you a picture that's been admitted as State's Exhibit 5. Is that the position of the body that you recall it when you entered the foyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Between the legs of this person, I see something that's brown. What was that?
It would have been a brown leather wallet, a man's wallet.
Okay. Is that a piece of evidence that you collected?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And did you ever have an opportunity to look inside that wallet?
Yes, I did.
Was there any money in it?
No, there was not.
The only thing that I don't like right now about this trial is that they don't have this is really the only camera angle that we have. I mean, you can zoom in and out, but like there's no angle to Pamela Smart. I don't know, like I've seen people debate that in different trials. Usually it's like if they side with the person or not, if they like the person or not. Like I remember during the Karen Reed one, all the crazy Karen Reed freaks were like pissed off because of the shots they were getting. But on the opposite of that, someone that would be opposing that would want to see those shots, right? Including me. I want to see the faces of defendant. I want to see exactly how they look. I want to see all of it, and I hate that on this one.
When you entered the condominium, did you...
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm a buzzing. What's a buzzing? What's happening? Kathy's happening. Kathy comes through and says, what'd you come through? Venmo. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Kathy. Coming through with the 420. Thanks for streaming, Steve. No, thank you for always coming through and being awesome. I appreciate the hell out of that. I hope Pumpkin is doing well. Pumpkin the kitty, who has blessed us many times and one many a will. And Kathy is an absolute G around these parts, and I love it. I love it. Getting on the wheel and helping us out, getting us up to number 5 on the wheel. We're still rocking and rolling and pushing our way to a winner circle. Thank you so much, Kathy, for helping get us there this morning.
Inspect the doorway area at all?
Yes, I did.
And why did you do that?
To look for any signs of any forced entry or damage to that door.
Okay, and did you observe anything?
No, there was nothing. The doors were intact, both doors.
Tell me what you might observe that would indicate to you that there was some kind of forced entry.
You would normally see what I would identify as pry marks or scratchings or dents if it was caused by a heavy object, usually in the area of either the deadbolt lock or the doorknob, and sometimes that might even be seen on the storm door, which was present in this residence, but there were no markings of any type like that.
Now, as you moved into the living room area, can you describe for me briefly what you saw in that area?
Moving on past into the living room area was basically to the, what I would call the east wall, or to the left side, bottom of the living area, was a home entertainment center with a small table to the left side of that. That home entertainment center, as I described it, would have been a shelf for TV, VCR, and stereo, is what I refer to as a home entertainment center. There were items on the floor in front of that home entertainment center. The VCR had been removed from what appeared to be the middle shelf and was on the floor with the cord still attached to the back of this entertainment center, if I will. In front of that was one empty compact disc holder, which the door appeared to have been either broken off or fallen off. That was empty. And there was just a drawer with numerous items also laying on the floor in front of that home entertainment center.
How would you generally describe the condition of the entire downstairs area, that living room, dining room area?
I would describe it as must or messed in some way.
Okay. I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures that have been marked States Exhibit 7 through 15. They've been admitted by the parties. Will you just flip through them and just give me a brief description of what they are?
The first one, which would be Exhibit 7.
Sure, we can do that. Excuse me. Take those back. Give those back to you. And I'll ask you again, just a brief description of what you're looking at.
The first photograph marked Exhibit 7 would be the area described as the stairway or the landing as you enter into the left of that hallway. Exhibit 8 is a photograph of the living area as it was that evening. Exhibit 9 is another photograph standing in the hallway looking into the living and dining room area, which depicts that well. Exhibit 10 is a photograph standing in the dining area looking into the living area. Exhibit 11 is another photograph standing from the dining room area, just an opposite view of the living area. Exhibit 12 is a
sure it's the
photograph
jury.
of some items.
I mean,
in the
it doesn't
living room
surprise me
area
after the
that
last
were-
trial, but
or appeared to have been placed
like,
by
oh.
the atrium door which entered out onto the back deck. Exhibit 13 is a photograph depicting that home entertainment center as I described it with those items on the floor. Exhibit 14 is again another picture of that living room area. And 15 is another photograph of that living area.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, would you like to see the pictures? Sure.
Now you can just, why don't you just give them the whole, let them just look at them and pass it along.
If you could look at them, start one bunch on this end. Just look at them quickly. The witness will be speaking about them individually. Okay, moving to the kitchen area. Can you describe what the kitchen looked like when you arrived?
The kitchen area is off the dining area. The kitchen is a longer, smaller, thin kitchen as I described it. It had linoleum flooring, wooden cupboards on two sides, your left and right, with the refrigerator on your immediate left. You travel down with cupboards and countertops on your left side, and on your right side would have been countertops, cupboards, and a sink.
What was the,
I'm sorry, straight ahead would have been a window looking out to the front of the residence.
what was the condition of the kitchen?
It was fairly neat. There were some items that appeared to have been disturbed from the cupboards. As you entered into the kitchen to your immediate left after the refrigerator was a lower cupboard that appeared to have been opened, and possibly some items that were sitting on the counter, Tupperware pots that appeared, or bowls had been sitting on top of the counter. On the opposite side was a large Pizza Hut cup, plastic cup that was filled with, or half filled with water sitting in the sink with a empty paper towel tube also in that area.
I'll show you two pictures that have been marked as States Exhibit 17 and 18. Just in a sentence, tell me what they are, please.
They are pictures that represent the kitchen area that evening.
Okay. And is that how you saw the kitchen the night that you processed the crime scene?
Yes, ma'am.
That's an accurate representation.
Yes, it is.
Okay. May I show the pictures to the jury, Your Honor?
All right.
First show them to defense. Is there more than one window in the kitchen or just one?
Just one.
And where did that window look out into?
It would have looked out of the front of the residence onto a front lawn area and to the driveway or entryway into that cul-de-sac.
Was there a door in the living room?
Yes, there was.
Where was it leading out to?
Led out onto a deck out in the back of the residence.
When you began processing the crime scene, was the door open or closed?
It's partially open.
Okay, how much was it open?
Probably an inch or so, maybe a little more than that. It was obvious that it was open.
I'm going to show you three pictures that were marked States Exhibit 19, 20, and 16. Starting with 19 and 20, can you tell me what they are, please?
These two photographs show that atrium door leading out onto the deck. This would be from the deck looking at the residence.
And what is it that you see at the top of the picture in the door?
That's the curtain that was on the inside of the door. It seemed to have gotten stuck up in that door, holding it open
Okay.
that small distance.
Was that like that when you first arrived on the scene?
Yes, it was.
I'm going to show you State 16. What is that we're looking at?
That is a white piece of fiber that was similar to the fiber that was located in the living room, as I described, possibly from the pillow, with a black strand of another fiber hanging from that off the deck, the west side of the deck.
Okay, thank you. Get back to the kitchen area for just a moment. Did you collect any evidence from the kitchen area when you processed the crime scene?
Yes, I did.
And what evidence did you seize?
It was described as a butcher block knife set. It was a butcher block with a set of knives that would be held in that. There was a set of knives.
All day, I dream about the 90s some days. I dream about the 90s all day. I dream about the 90s some days. I dream about the 90s all day.
Knives with one knife missing, and that set also included a pair of scissors.
Okay. The missing knife that matched the rest of that set, did you find it anywhere in the condominium unit?
No.
Okay, it wasn't anywhere in the kitchen?
No, ma'am.
Show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 47 for ID. I'm going to ask you to tell me what's in the bag, please. You don't need to fill it out yet.
It would be that butcher block set of knives with one slot missing a knife.
And all of the knives that were present in the apartment that day are in the butcher block.
Yes.
I'd ask that State's Exhibit 47 be admitted into evidence.
Okay.
Just like to show it to the jury. Just like to show it to the jury, Aaron. What is it that I now have all over my hands that was on that butcher block?
It's latent.
Welcome in here, Vern. And she the one on trial? Yes, Pamela Smart. And I just looked it up also because I was interested in seeing exactly who aired this. And this is the official first ever court TV trial that aired. So it did air locally in New Hampshire where this happened at. I think that's where I read that, and it was through an ABC affiliate, which I also found interesting. And television things like that really interest me. But yeah, this is the first ever court TV televised trial.
Dusting print powder.
Okay. Was that on it when you first arrived?
No, it was not. It was clean.
So at some point they dusted for fingerprints, and that was one of the items.
Yes.
Is that right? Where was that butcher block actually located in the kitchen?
As I described the kitchen earlier, standing in the entryway looking in, it would have been to the left-hand side on the countertop, probably halfway down that counter along the back. There was a photograph of some Tupperware bowls that would have been just behind that area.
Did you at some point go up and search the upstairs?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and can you describe for me the general layout, just very briefly?
You travel up the stairway from the entryway to a landing. Directly to your immediate center or to the left would have been the entryway to the master bedroom. To the right, moving down the hallway, would have been an entryway into the bathroom, which also had an entryway into the master bedroom. And as you continue down the hall to the right, there was a small linen closet and then what I described as a spare bedroom to the front of the residence at the end of the hallway.
Now, speaking about the master bedroom, what was the condition of the master bedroom?
It was, again, a mess. It appeared to have been ransacked or gone through.
To show you pictures that have been marked, States 21 through 24. And just in a line, look through all of them, please, and tell me what they are.
These photographs depict the master bedroom as it was that night.
In those photographs, we see clothing and drawers open. Is that the condition that it was in when you first saw it?
Yes, it was.
Can I show them to the jury?
I just walked up in this motherfucker. Kick the doors in. Hold on. You can get some bells. Get a shit first. Give them some bells. Bells for the people. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. I've got some news. I've got something cool. Anybody that would like to... So I always talk about the secret wheel. What is the secret wheel? Oh my lord. The secret wheel... is it the only way to get free t-shirts from publiclybuzzed.com right now if you win said wheel. The usual wheel is for goodies. I send out some cool stuff, some loot, some merch. Only way to get a t-shirt is to help me out on my second channel, Wrestle Plunge. Today, 4:45 Eastern, I've got a brand new video dropping, and if you guys can help me out on that video, even if you're not a wrestling fan, this is how you get on the wheel. This is exclusive to Publicly Buzzed family as well. I'm just going to put that out there. Leave a comment, leave a like. You don't have to share, but that helps. But the way I know you've been there is that comment, and if you could please as well watch the video in its entirety, that helps me out as well. It's not that long, it's 5 minutes. Again, I get it. If you don't want to do it, I totally get that as well. But I do like to put it out there, and it's, again, an opportunity to get a free t-shirt and have a lot of really cool merchandise on publiclybuzzed.com. I'm proud of the products that are on there. Go check that out as well. Maybe that will entice you a little bit. And I'll put the link here in the chat for the channel. But again, 4:45 Eastern today, brand new video in the video section will pop up. Let me just put that in the chat here, the channel. And I'll also be live streaming there. I live stream there every Sunday night at 6. And we watch old wrestling from 1981 right now, and which is very trippy and very crazy. But yeah, let me get this. Boom. And it's called Jim Cornette Reveals Outrageous Brian Pillman WCW Story. And if I see your name, folks, there it is. And I already say, Simi, thank you very much. If I see your name, I'll put you on a list. In a week or so, we'll do a spin, and you could win a free t-shirt. Just wanted to throw that out there. Just wanted to put that out there.
State's Exhibit 24. See two pillows on the bed that appear not to have pillowcases
Yes.
on them. Okay, and the other two pillows that are on the bed do appear to have pillowcases on them.
Yes.
So the two with pillowcases, do those cases match the two that were found in the living room area?
Yes, they do.
And going to the bathroom area, can you describe the condition of the bathroom?
The bathroom is divided into two sections. There's a front section with a sink and a linen closet. The back section, divided by a door, is a toilet area, a sink, and a shower bath combination with the linoleum floor.
And what was the general condition of the bathroom?
It was disheveled. There were some items that appeared to have been out of place there.
Did you see anything that was located on the sink area?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
It was a jewelry box that was open.
Was there anything in the jewelry box?
It was empty for the most part.
I show you it's been marked State's Exhibit 25 and ask you to tell the jury what's in that picture.
This would be the entryway to the bathroom off the master bedroom.
And what is shown in State's Exhibit 26?
This would be the jewelry box that was sitting on the sink in the first half of the bathroom area.
In both of these pictures, we see some blue towels. Did those match any other towels any other towel you saw in the house?
There's some blue towels on the floor just under the doorway, and those appear to be similar in color and in design as the one that was on the floor downstairs near the victim.
And where downstairs was the one on the floor that we're speaking about?
Near the victim's head and shoulder area.
Can I show the jury your room? What was that upstairs?
I'm sorry, did you say the third room?
The third room, yeah.
That would have been the spare room to the front of the residence.
Okay. And what condition was that spare room in?
It was neat. Nothing appeared to be out of place in that room.
I'm going to show you what states Exhibit 28. Can you tell me if that represents the condition of that room?
Yes, it does. That would be a photograph taken standing inside the room.
Did you also do a search of the basement area of the house?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And what was the condition of the basement?
It was not, didn't appear to be messed in any way. It was appeared to be a storage area for other items as a basement would be.
If you were going to enter this condominium unit from the outside into the basement, describe the path that you would take from outside to in.
On the west wall of the building, condo 4E, which would have been at the end, there's a bulkhead which opens both doors, and you would have had to have entered through that bulkhead if it was unlocked. It would have been locked from the inside. Down a stairway, wooden staircase, to a wooden door, hollow wooden door, with no lock into the basement area.
Okay. And then if you were to proceed from there up into the condominium unit, what would you pass through?
Pass through the main portion of the basement area, which was clear path, up to a stairwell, wooden stairwell, that led to the top landing area, through a door with no lock, into the dining area or living area.
So of those three doorways that you would pass through, the only one that you observed that had a lock would have been the bulkhead.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you make a determination on whether the bulkhead was locked or unlocked?
It was unlocked.
I'm going to show you three pictures that are states 30, 31, and 29. Just tell me quickly what they are, please.
photographs of the basement in different areas that day.
Okay. Do those represent all of the entrances from the bulkhead door up to the condo
Yes, they
unit
do.
itself?
Yes, they do.
Oh, shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. Boom! I forgot how to work this thing. Boom! Gabby coming through. What are we doing?
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
What are we doing? What are we
I'm
doing?
telling you like it is, baby.
Hanging, banging.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother.
This is gun country.
This is gun country. Boom. I'm hitting all of them. Thank you so much, Gabby. Gabby helping us out, moving along the wheel. I appreciate her. Did I get us to 6? That's a halfway. That's a half skirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, baby. Gabby, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Getting us there. Getting us there. That's what I'm talking about. Beer's in the chat. Hell yeah's in the chat. Probably nothing's in the chat. That's what I like to see. Boom. Doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I need to get some. I want to get a few more like songs on here. I need to start thinking about stuff. I need to start. I've been taking a lot of notes.
You gotta fight for your right.
To party.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Can I show the jury on?
Yeah, not a new one, just the old one that I hadn't used for a really long time. I finally got it working again. But there's a lot of sound clips on here that I don't use a lot. One of my favorites is this one from Martin.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
And then I got a few from Martin.
Respect my house.
We're soon going to do a Feral Friday Martin watch along. That will happen probably eventually. I love Martin.
Just chilling.
Chilling. Had nothing. You know. Chilling. Oh, shit. Oh. Damn. Teresa coming through here with a hell yeah. That's a $10 holla. Boom. And Teresa, yeah, you come through so hard on Wrestle Plunge. I love it. Like, commenting on literally everything. Like, I love it. Like, she definitely likes her old school wrestling. $10. Wow. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Continuing to grow this thing. I think we're up to 7 now on the wheel, which is sweet. Yeah, right there's Teddy DiBiase's song. A couple from Pulp Fiction.
Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Why the fuck you do that?
Why the fuck you do that?
I don't remember asking you a
This one I actually need to use a lot more for trials, right?
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Now the other one's perfect. That's a really good one. Dude, Martin is so funny. I've seen some dark stuff come out about how he was on set with the character that played Gina. But, like, I look past that. It's still funny. It's a great show, but that seems to always happen. Boom! Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. You guys coming through here on a Sunday morning. Cammy Q! Boom, we are on a new trial. Pamela Smart. Not only a new trial, Cammy, but this is the first ever televised trial in American history, from my understanding. Pamela Smart, another sicko who likes to fuck kids and convinced a kid by withholding sex to kill her husband. Very dark. Thank you so much for coming in.
Did you examine the entryways into the cellar.
Yes, I did.
And again, why did you do that?
I was mainly interested for signs of forced entry again. I concentrated that first search on the doorway from the balcony.
Boom! Sleuthy sweetheart, getting that membership. Boom, 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 boom. Jerking off 2 dicks. Boom, 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 boom. Boom! That's how you do it. Book club initiated. Let's go. That's how you get in the book club right there. You get membered up, and once you're inside of here, oh my lord, you have access. You've probably already been in there, but you have access to all past episodes of the book club. Right now we're doing Mindhunter. We've only got like 3 hours left of this book. This book is also a lot. This book is every chapter at this point is just like, oh my god. It's crazy the depth that they go into with some of the killers that is found with his weird genius. It's an incredible. But you're in there. Thank you so much. Book club emojis. If anybody didn't know, that is a stack of books. I might need to work on that as well. It's kind of hard to see and tell what that is. Like, emojis are interesting. Like, you've got to get emojis just right to be like hell yeah ones, the beer ones, those pop so freaking hard. And then some of them I'm like, man, I've got to figure out something else. Like, I mean, I get that that's books because I made it, but I feel like somebody else may not get that that's a book. Sleuthy, let me get you, first of all, let me give you this right here. Let me give you this right here.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
One of that. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Boom. Sleuthy. Taking up a spot on the wheel. I think Gabby coming through and taking up another spot. She said, listen, I'm going to win this son of a bitch. I don't care what it takes. And I appreciate the hell out of that as well, Gabby. Always coming through. Throwing down that loop. Throwing it down, son.
Now, I don't do drugs, though. Just weed.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up to 9. Crushing a wheel right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Bulkhead area.
And did you see any kinds of forced entry marks that would indicate forced entry?
No, there were none. That door did not have a lock on it. There were some scrape marks, or what appeared to might have been pry marks of some type on the door casing to the left, but they really had no value because there were no marks on the door itself.
Okay, so we're talking about the door that you reach as you come into the bulkhead and you go down the cement stairs.
Right, it's a hollow wooden door, very cheap type wooden door.
And it had a lock or did not have a lock?
It did not have a lock.
And I'm going to show you 2 final pictures. Their mark states 32 and 33. And can you tell me what they are, please?
They're photographs that depict the outside of building 4E with that bulkhead.
All right. Both of them marked?
Both of them, yes.
Yeah, may I show them quickly to you?
You absolutely can get a holly berry. I love the holly berry. Boom.
After you completed, let me ask you this, how long did it take you, would you say, from the point you began the processing of the crime scene until the point you ended?
It took most of the day. Again, I'd have to look at the notes of the time we left the residence, but I believe it was sometime after 4 o'clock, May 2nd in the afternoon.
Okay. Did you participate at all in another portion of processing the crime scene?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
There was a search of the outside of the residence and of a field area that led up beside embankment to a professional building.
Why was it that you were assigned to search that area?
Some evidence had been located a distance away from the condominium in this parking lot area, which was across that field. So it was important that we covered that area in the field.
Did you actually see that evidence in place?
No, I did not.
Was it described to you, or were you to understand where it was?
I knew its position because it was marked after it was collected, so I knew the position of the evidence.
What was found in that area?
There was a jewelry box in 2 parts. There was some tissue or paper towel type items, and I believe there was a knife of some type found also in that area.
I'll show you what's been marked State's Exhibit 49, and to ask you what that is.
That's an accurate diagram of the outside of that entire area, Misty Morning Drive and the professional building at Peabody Road Annex.
Your Honor, the parties have agreed that this will be admitted into evidence as a full exhibit as well.
Maybe mine. Much longer.
About 10 minutes, Your Honor. We might.
We'll break for lunch now, ladies and gentlemen, and resume around 1:45. Please don't discuss the case in the jury room among yourselves.
All right.
Before you take your seat, can you just show the jury what area you searched?
The area we searched would have been around a set of condominiums out the back, and in this area of the field, in an L-shaped type pattern out this way.
Thank you. Did you locate anything during your search?
Yes, we located numerous items in that field area.
Is there anything in particular that you have since marked is of some relevance?
Yes. At one point, while doing the search of that field, we walked along in a line pattern. There were some dairy officers and myself. To cover that area, we did what I call a grid search. We walked in a line so that we could cover that field and any items that might have been seen. The plan was that if an item was located, we would stop. I would look at the item to see if it was pertinent. If not, or if it was, we would either collect it or move on, depending on what the item was.
Okay, and what if somebody else found something that was pertinent? Then what would happen?
The whole line would stop. The whole line of police officers would stop where they were, and I would go over and make a determination and look at the item to see if it was pertinent.
Who was in charge of the search?
I was.
And how many officers would you say just approximately were searching with you?
Approximately 6.
How many items?
Had a lot of people coming through with shares this morning as well. I want to thank all those folks, man, sharing early. I even did it last night. Thank you so much for that, prepping people up. Bassett Page, Pokemon, Seeking Justice. Thanks, everyone, for doing that. I really appreciate that.
Did you actually either yourself stop at or other officers stopped at?
There were only 2 items that I recall we stopped at and paid particular attention to.
And what were those items?
One was a cigarette that was located towards the parking lot area of the Dairy Professionals building, and the other was a latex rubber glove.
The grass that you described that was beyond the grass, how high would you say the grass was that day?
It was probably ankle high, a little more. It was natted field type grass.
Now, approximately where did you find the latex glove?
It would have been right here in the short grass area. There was a dumpster located in this area, and it was off to the grassy side.
Was there anything located near the glove?
No, it was not.
Was there any item located? Was there a trash receptacle someplace in that area?
Yes, the dumpster, the trash dumpster was located on the parking lot of the professional building alongside the grass area.
Would you please make a rectangle to represent the dumpster and an X with a circle to represent the glove?
The dumpster would have been in this area here.
Would you color it in for us?
been found in this area here, in the grass area.
You said that, well, let me go back. Did you locate the glove or did some other officer that was searching?
Another officer located that glove.
And did you at some point observe it?
Yes, I did.
How was it that you were brought over to see the glove?
The officer stopped the line and called me over to take a look at the glove.
Okay, what did the glove look like?
It was a rubber latex type surgical glove that you commonly see in doctors using in hospitals or EMTs using in the treatment of emergency victims or whatever.
Okay, and what else did you observe on it other than?
The glove was it was wet. It was either due to a dew maybe that night or a mist, or it had rained lightly that night, very, very lightly, and it was wet possibly because of that. It had sand on it. It was sandy, but it was not buried in the dirt, so to speak.
Okay, and what did you do after you first saw it?
I observed it laying in its position. I then looked at it to see if there was any other type of marks on it, if there was any stains of any type, and made a determination at that point, being that it was near the medical building. There was a medical building located at the professional building, and a gynecologist's office and some dentist's office were there. In its close proximity to the dumpster, I had no other information at that point. I determined it was not pertinent.
Okay, and when you made a decision it wasn't pertinent, what did you do with it?
I discarded it in a trash receptacle. It was either a plastic bag or a paper bag. I don't recall which.
Other than the glove, did you pick up, you or the officers pick up any other items as you went through the field area?
Yes, we did.
What did you do with those?
They were discarded if they were not pertinent. They were cans, bottles, glass, and paper that had blown, I would say, through this field over the course of time. And those were picked up so that we would not go over the same things again and again as we went through that field, because we went one way back and then in a different direction, and we wanted to make sure we had covered that field as good as possible.
Now, what time were you doing this search on May 2nd?
I don't know exactly. It would have been late morning in the daylight hours, probably before noontime.
Did you ever have occasion to write a report that related to that glove?
Yes, I did.
When was that?
It was in July of last year.
Why did you write a report on it?
I was contacted by Corporal Eastman, who was my supervisor. He asked me if I recalled locating a glove.
Let me stop you. When he asked you that question, did you have a clear recollection of the glove?
I had to think about it, and I thought for a few minutes, thinking about the scene that day, and I did recall picking up this glove.
Okay. Go ahead.
He asked me if I recalled that, and I did explain to him what I had done, that I did recall picking up the glove, that it was not pertinent at the time, and that I discarded it. He then asked me to write a report on that so that that was documented, and I did that on July 31st, I believe I signed that report.
Before he asked you the question about whether you recalled the glove, did he tell you why he wanted the information?
No, he did not.
I have nothing else. Do you want the dagger?
Pass it on.
As I understand it, your primary job was collecting the evidence.
Yes, sir.
There are a number of police officers at the scene, and so it doesn't get too confused. One person is designated to sort of mark in the evidence and make sure everything's marked in correctly.
That's correct.
If I could take you back to the scene in the foyer of the house for a moment, okay? And talk about the things you found there. You found a towel, a blue towel, I believe.
Yes, that was in the dining room area on the carpet.
that the towel that's shown in State's Exhibit number 5, next to Mr. Smart's head, under it?
Yes, it would have been.
Okay. And as I understand it, you took that towel and later, at some point in time, compared it to towels in the upstairs bathroom.
I observed the towels in the upstairs bathroom along with that one.
Okay, and you came to the
Shit, coming through the Cash App. Hold up. Ayana. For a new trial, she said, here's $5. And I said, fuck yeah, let's do it.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
Thank you so much, Ayana. She's lurking back there. She's hanging out. I'm going to give you this one just to give it to you. Zoo. Boom. Thank you so much, Ayana. And continuing the wheel. Appreciate that, man. Super supporter. Incredible person. Thank you so much, Ayana. Appreciate that. Boom. I think we're up to 10 now, if I'm not crazy.
conclusion that they were the same color and same style of towels.
Yes, sir.
Did you compare it to towels in the downstairs bathroom to eliminate those as a source?
Yes, the towels in the downstairs bathroom were different color. They were a maroonish. The color coordination of that bathroom was different. It was a maroonish or a light red color, if I recall.
As an investigator, would you feel comfortable saying that it's the most likely conclusion that towel is part of the set from the upstairs bathroom?
I would say that's a possibility.
Vinavidi bitchy.
That towel was placed.
If I don't say your screen name that fast, I don't think it would come out right. Vinavidi bitchy. No, it does. Vinavidi bitchy. Vinavidi bitchy. Hey, thank you for coming in.
Placed in an open paper bag so that it could dry, be allowed to air dry. And that's how it probably would have been transported to the lab that way.
Okay. Did you send it up to the state lab?
That's where the evidence was logged in, yes.
The state lab has a fellow who does blood deposit analysis, don't they up there?
Yes.
Kevin McMahon, I believe is his name.
Yeah, there are a couple, yes.
Do you know whether anyone ever asked Mr. McMahon to take a look at that towel, to see if he could come to any conclusions about how the blood was deposited or what had been done with that towel?
I know that as we signed the evidence in, and I don't recall who the person was that was taking the evidence, it might have been Kevin, I'd have to check the log. But that would have been explained to him. We try to go over every piece of evidence to explain to them what it is and what it represents, so that they have an understanding as to where it came from. So that would have been discussed at some point with whoever took that in.
I guess my question is, do you know one way or the other whether or not a blood deposit analysis was done on that towel?
No, sir, I do not.
No. There was also a ring found, wasn't there, on the ground?
Yes.
And I believe you took that into evidence.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you two things. One is defendant's...
Said a ring pop, didn't he? These are children. She's like, yeah, if you go and kill my husband, not only will I fuck you again, you'll get a ring pop out of the whole deal. He's like, sewed.
Exhibit A, which is a photograph. The other is defendant's Exhibit B, which is a small bag. I'm going to ask you to take a look at those and then tell the jury what they are.
Photograph would have been a photo taken after the body was removed. The wallet was between the legs, which I identified earlier. The ring and the keys were under the body. They were not observed until the body was removed.
Were they in the position as they are in that photo there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And this ring would represent the ring that I collected as evidence with my initials that day.
Okay, that is the ring you collected?
There it is, Shelly. Boom. Ring pop emoji is going to happen. Don't let me forget that. Don't let me forget that. That's a great idea. That's a really good idea.
The photo depicts the area as you saw it once the body was moved?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've moved those into evidence.
No objection.
All right. Publish the photograph. I just asked the members of the jury to pass it around.
Put that as a note, but don't let me forget that.
There was some paper, we'll go on while the jurors look at that. There was some paper towels you mentioned. Can you tell us where that was?
There was a paper towel to the right side of the body on the carpet. It was in close proximity to that. And that was the only paper towel that I actually observed.
If I were again to go to States number 5, I believe it is, and show you the picture, is this where you saw it as it is in this photograph?
Yes, sir. That should be the paper towel.
Okay. Was it crumpled up in the manner it is
Yes,
right
sir.
here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you folks do anything with the paper towel?
I believe that was collected as well, as marked as evidence.
And again, my question is, I understand it was collected afterwards. Do you have any knowledge whether anyone in the lab tested it for gunshot residue, blood, whether it been used to wipe something, anything like that?
I don't know exactly what tests were done on that particular item.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Redirect.
I have no further questions.
Make that down, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
Hold on, let me get this new name here. Corporal Guy Kimball. Going to finish this off here today.
Guy W. Kimball,
Can you spell
That's
your
it.
last name for the record, please?
Kimball,
How are you presently employed?
employed by the Department of Safety, Division of State Police for the state of New Hampshire.
And how long have you been with the state police?
Approximately 18 and a half years.
What's your current rank?
Corporal.
What's your present assignment?
I'm assigned to the Investigative Services Major Crime Unit.
In May of 1990, was that your assignment?
Yes, it was.
Were you involved in processing the crime scene on May 2nd at Eastern Morning in the area?
Yes, I was.
What was your responsibility that night?
It was in conjunction with the initial crime scene, the apartment, as well as the secondary crime scene at Derry Meadows Professional Park.
Okay. What time were you involved with the part of the crime scene processing that involved Derry Meadows Professional Park?
It would have been approximately 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. And who was it that directed you to have some involvement in that part of the search?
I believe that would have been Corporal Eastman at the time.
What was it you were supposed to do?
There was evidence along the edge of the parking lot which appeared consistent with the apartment.
And did you find that evidence, or were you told that it was there?
And I was told that it was there.
And when you went out to where that evidence was located, what did you see?
Along the outside edge of the parking lot by the building were 2 cardboard jewelry boxes open. There was a plastic jewelry box. There were 2 pieces of napkin which were torn, and there was a plastic handled knife.
Okay. And were they visible to the eye when you first saw them?
Yes, they were.
And nothing was covering them?
The napkins and that were covered by a box. There had been a wind that morning. I believe the cardboard boxes were covered also to prevent them from moving any further.
All right, but those cardboard boxes, as you understood, were placed there?
Yes, they were.
I'm going to show you a picture that's been marked States Exhibit 34. Please tell me what that is.
And there would be a view of the Derry Meadows Professional Building from the area of Misty Morning.
And I'm going to give you 2 that are marked States Exhibit 35 and 36. And can you please tell me what those pictures show?
The 2 pictures denote the jewelry boxes and the knife as they're located off the parking lot.
Okay, can you just tell me which one is the knife and with the number in the back of the picture?
Number 36 would indicate the knife stuck in the ground.
Okay. Now, when you say stuck in the ground, is that how you located it? Is that how you observed it on May 2nd?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to show you what's been marked States 39 for ID. Can you just unwrap it, take it out, and tell me what it is?
Would be the knife from the crime scene found at Derry Meadows Park.
And is that the knife that the jury viewed that is in States Exhibit 36?
Yes, it is.
I'd ask that the knife be admitted into evidence.
No objection.
Rerun.
Approach the diagram with me. And there is a pointer. It's pointer right behind. Can you point out for me on this diagram where it was you located the knife?
Then approximately in this area here.
Okay. And how about the jewelry boxes?
They would have been just a little bit further into the grassy area from this point.
Okay, and how about the paper towel?
Again, in the same vicinity.
How far approximately is it from, say, the corner of this parking lot to 4E Misty Morning Drive?
Approximately 280 feet.
Can you mark for me the spot on this diagram with a circle that you saw the jewelry boxes, where you saw the jewelry boxes?
Approximately that area there.
And can you mark the exhibit number of the knife in the area where you...
39.
A little bigger. There we go. Okay, thank you. Have a seat again. Other than processing this area and gathering this evidence, did you take part in any other part of the crime scene processing?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
There were tire impressions to the rear of the building complex, which were documented by myself. I also assisted inside with the fingerprint processing of the apartment.
Okay. Did you take any photographs at the scene?
Yes, I did. I documented the interior of the scene and exterior by photographs.
Okay. Did you take photographs of any of the vehicles that were in the area?
Yes, I did. The victim's pickup truck was located in a parking space in front of the building, and I documented that photographically.
Okay. And when did you do that?
That would have been on the morning of the 2nd.
I'm going to show you what's been marked States Exhibit 37. What is that?
That would be a photograph of the pickup truck with his seat folded forward, depicting the materials behind the seat.
And what is behind the seat?
Basically, there are two large, I believe they're homemade speakers in boxes, one on each side of the back.
Describe for me what those speakers looked like a little bit more than that. What color were they?
It was a kind of a bluish carpet type material covering wood boxes with the speakers placed in them.
When you say bluish gray or a blue?
The best that I can say, probably a bluish green.
Okay. Does this picture fairly represent the speaker in the back seat of the truck?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'd like to show it to the jury, Your Honor. Yeah. Nothing else.
You know?
Did you take the photos inside the house, too, sir?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell the people in the jury, when you go to a crime scene, and isn't there like a team that goes down there essentially from a major crime unit?
Normally, yes.
Okay. Can you tell the people in the jury how that works? And, you know, do you go around taking photos by yourself, or are you with somebody as they collect evidence, that kind of thing?
We work in conjunction with each other. Each crime scene presents different.
I'm start rocking hair like that.
In conjunction with the team that goes.
I don't think my hair would do that.
How we're gonna
I don't think I have enough hair for that.
what methods we're going to use and how we're going to do it.
Okay. On this particular case, Trooper Murdoch, who testified earlier, said that he told us his job was to gather the evidence, you know, mark it and that kind of stuff.
That's correct.
Would he be, after you take photos, would he then gather the evidence and then move on to the next area where you take photos and he?
You know, they might have, which is silly because they should add the possibility for subtitles on every single video that they have on this site. But I honestly think they put it on those first two clips or videos from this trial because it was so hard to hear during the opening statements. That's crazy, though. If they have that ability, it should be on everything. I know that now that Court TV is owned by Law and Crime, they should get on that.
Yeah, there's evidence. Is that how it works?
Basically, I would go through and attempt to document it completely on a continual basis as far as photographs and that. As I say, we work in conjunction with each other so as not to disturb evidence prior to collection time.
Okay, so the collecting guy wouldn't touch anything until he was sure you'd taken a photo of it?
That's correct.
So would he be with you as you took the photo and then he would come over?
Normally, would not go through until afterwards.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked. The State's Exhibit number 5. Is this a photograph that you took, sir?
I believe so, yes.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit C. Okay, can you compare that? Have you ever seen this before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, why don't you tell us what that is?
There's a candlestick holder which came from the apartment.
Okay, where was it found in the apartment?
It was located under the feet of the victim.
Okay, is that, again, what is shown in that photo, that State's number 5?
That's correct.
No further questions, sir. I move that this be marked as Defendant's Exhibit 4.
No objection.
Any microphones?
No further questions.
Can you redirect?
Okay, we're done with this, it looks like. Let's see where we're going next, starting next week. Next Sunday, oh, it looks like we're going to have a Patrick Pete, they call me Pete. Randall, one of the teen co-conspirators, takes the stand as Pamela Smart stands trial on charges she orchestrated her husband's murder. Whoa! So this is one of the teens that was maybe having sex with her and didn't do the murdering. Shit, that should be interesting. Yeah, thanks everyone for coming through. I think we got a good trial here. We got an interesting one. We got the first one ever in America is what we got. Everybody came through here this morning. Thank you all so much. This has been a really fun morning, really good episode of Murder Church. We've got a new trial on our hands. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. Again, everybody, I did a plug earlier, Wrestle Plunge, my second channel. I drop a brand new video, 4:45 Eastern today. Go show that thing some love. Get on a secret wheel. I'll be live again. This stream is going to take you right into that live tonight, 6 Eastern on Wrestle Plunge every Sunday night. I watch a little old wrestling on there. 1981 is the year we're in right now, and we have a lot of fun while we do it. And, yeah, don't take yourselves too seriously. Come and hang out in the chat. I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I will see you Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, for a regular scheduled episode. Who knows what we'll do? I'm not sure. And we've been looking at some of the stuff from the Corey Richards trial. May do that. May watch some body cam stuff. It's really whatever I'm vibing with that day. And then, of course, we'll go right into book club. And the only way to do that is to be a member here with the Buzz Nation. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys know that. Thank you so much. Have a great Sunday. I'm going to go do a little shopping. I got to get prepared for the week. Bada bing, bada boom. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Nothing to see here.